Hello, this is Clarity Design. Just a quick tutorial for you on how to use the layers menu over here to help control the display of objects to make it easier to select and manipulate things when modeling. Without further ado, let's get on. We're on Maya 2014, by the way. Over here I've got display, render and animation tabs. Display, layers tab, render, layers tab and animation layers tab. Now we won't look at animation and render right now. You won't need those until you get into complex rendering or complex animation, but this one is very useful even when you're doing basic animation. So let's have a quick look. So yeah, making new layers. You've got shortcuts here for making new layers and moving layers up and down the list, but you can also click here and create an empty layer. So created one empty layer. I've got an object here. Let's select the object, right click on here and add the selected objects to the scene. Then I can switch the visibility on and off. Let's do that for the other two items. So I can select excuse me. So let's do this for the other two things. I can select the object, I can go to layers and create empty layer, and making sure I've got that layer selected, right click, add selected objects. There we go. And the third one, let's do exactly the same thing. Layers, create an empty layer, right click, add selected objects. You can see that if I've added an object, I can also remove it from a layer. Let's just go back to that. You can see I can also remove selected objects from a layer, but I'll leave it added at the moment. Let's just check that is added. Yep, there we go. Right, so I can now switch the visibility of layers off, and obviously if an object is not visible, I can't select it accidentally. So if I've got this selected and I go and select vertex, I'm not accidentally going to select the object on the inside here, either piece sphere or 4 or 5 on the inside there. So that's very helpful. So let's switch the visibility back on. I also have the option of making an object transparent so that I can see where the borderline edge of it is, but I can also see what's going on the inside. So if I needed to manipulate this surface to get it really close to the outside edge, this would make it much easier to do that. The other option is to have a rendered view. Now a rendered view or reference view allows you to see an object but not select it. So you can see there piece sphere 3, which is the outside sphere, can't be selected, but the other two on the inside are selected, which is rather useful. Okay, just Control Z on that and move it back to where it was. So that's pretty much the layer options. If I double click, I can rename it and I can change the colors of these layers so I can see which items are on which layers when it's in template mode and such like. So that's pretty much it for the layers, but there is one little neat trick you can do if you didn't want to use layers in this way. Now if I select this object, I can actually get it so that I can see through the front face of these objects only when I'm in the modeling view. Now what I need to do is, first of all, I need to go to normals, and I'm going to reverse the normals. That's the first stage. Now the second stage is to go to display, polygons, and I'm going to do backface culling. So let's just have a look at that. Display, polygons, backface culling. Let's just check that that has actually reversed the normals. I might just need to go back on that because I was mucking about with it before and I probably have just reversed them back to what they were before. Display, polygons, backface culling. There we go. Okay, so I've got backface culling. Having reversed the normals, I've got backface culling, which means that no matter what angle I look at it from, the front faces on this sphere are going to be culled. Let's try it on the one inside. So I'm pretty sure I haven't activated this one before, so let's go to normals, reverse, and then display, polygons, backface culling. No, I had done it before. Okay, object mode, make sure that's correct, and normals, reverse. There we go, it's got backface culling on. Now it's very easy to switch this off again, so all I need to do is go to display, polygons, and click on that again, and it will switch it off again. But this is a really nice way to see through it, and you'll see in a second as I render this through for you that the faces come back in render, so it just helps with being able to see stuff through here. Now there are various options inside the backface culling which you could also have a look and play around with. So it says keep wire, keep hard edges, keep vertices, so you can have a look and see what they do if you wish. And remember, we can always revert back to our layers for switching things on and off. So hopefully these new skills will help you accurately select and manipulate surfaces in Maya. All the best.